Today, welcome to Weekend Edition. I'm Crystal Paco, so glad you could join us. The criminal investigation into the brutal beating of DOC detainee Justin Meno hits a slight setback. But we could soon find out what will happen with the 4 corrections officers served proposed adverse action. KUAM's Nick Delgado reports.
An attack happening more than 6 weeks ago inside these prison walls, the Post 6 Max unit. The incident leaving detainee Justin Meno in the hospital. KUAM confirmed several hours had passed after the March 29th attack before the Guam Police Department's criminal investigators were called, responding to an injured person complaint at the prison. However, Chief of Police J.I. Cruz admits that his officers have been held up from closing out the case. The reason? Last month's deadly high-speed chase and the hostage situation in Dededo, plus the growing list of robberies throughout the island, has left the top brass with no other option but to divert his resources and personnel.
My criminal investigators will re-engage with them and to look into this from that criminal standpoint. Understanding that DOC has completed their administrative investigation, we will push forward with the criminal investigation to look into the matter and determine try and determine how that incident occurred.
The chief says they are at least 50% completed, but no word yet on how much longer it could take before the criminal investigation is all wrapped up. It was several days ago DepCorp management announced they completed the internal affairs investigation, serving proposed adverse action to 4 of their own. The corrections officers were given 10 days to respond, so we could find out what happens next on Tuesday.
At that point, we make a decision to issue or serve a final adverse action or not.
Meantime, Meno, who is being held on charges of robbery and assault, is set to appear in court later this month. We should note his court hearings have been continuously moved as he remains at GMH in stable condition. Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guahusi, Nick Delgado.
The fate of the island's public safety rests on a change of Guam law. That law requires all peace officers to shape up or ship out. If the law stays as is, as many as 70% of Guam's police officers won't be allowed to report for duty next year. Here's more. Guam's Peace Officer and Standards Training Commission is appealing to lawmakers. Change local law that requires all peace officers to pass Air Force physical fitness standards by December 30, 2017. As of today, majority of Guam's peace officers can't pass the test. The Guam Police Department reporting only a 30% pass rate. Even the best numbers, which come from the judiciary of Guam's marshals and probation officers, have pass rates averaging around 60%. Specifically, Airport Police Chief Bob Camacho says they'll need flexibility to modify the standards. The Air Force physical fitness test includes sit-ups, push-ups, a timed 1.5-mile run, and a measure of waist circumference. Guam's officers are struggling at the running and waist measurement portions.
We're still doing the push-ups, sit-ups, and the run. Okay, the modification is that we do 1 mile instead of 1.5 miles. And then there's a requirement that it has 39 inches in waist. We're eliminating that. So that's pretty much all the changes it is, really, is the waistline and the run. It's just going to give us flexibility to make some changes with the waistline and the run. But everything else pretty much is the same thing.
The Post Commission will also pitch to lawmakers that the law implementation be postponed to 2019 to allow the Post Commission's research and development team to further evaluate the current standards and explore other physical fitness programs. Already, Guam's law enforcement are proving successful at the proposed modified standards.
This is the baseline, like Dr. Ferris was mentioning, and that from here we continue to grow. We don't drop it any lower than that.
An informational hearing is set for Friday, May 19 at the Guam Legislature. The hearing is set for 9:30 a.m. The 14th Amendment, Transforming American Democracy. It's the theme for ongoing Law Week events, but what does it really mean and how does it affect Guam and unincorporated territory? Dozens of students from the University of Guam, the Guam Community College, and members of the Youth Congress attended Conversatorio, a panel discussion at the District Court of Guam to dive deeper into the amendment that's most famous for citizenship rights and equal protection of the laws. Here's more. Guam's political status could be much different if the 14th Amendment was fully applicable to Guamanians. This according to UOG President Dr. Robert Underwood, who explains one very significant sentence is missing.
The first sentence in Section 1 of the 14th Amendment is all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. So that sentence is eliminated, and we just start with the second sentence. Even though most of the discussion today and most of the discussion across the country about the 14th Amendment will be about the entire application of the 14th Amendment, the 14th Amendment is only selectively applied to Guam and the territories.
He explains the Department of Justice did this on purpose. They wanted the people of Guam to have basic civil rights while keeping the island an unincorporated territory.
And by doing so, you then kind of change the political standing of the territory, and you also, kind of cloud the issue on Section 2 of the 14th Amendment, which talks about representation.
This only sparked further discussion on distinctions of citizenship, statutory like Guamanians who were granted U.S. citizenship through the Organic Act of Guam versus constitutional citizenship.
If you'll notice that in the case that Neil Weir is presenting, We the People, the basis of that is to declare that this kind of natural born citizenship applies to the territories.
He used Thursday's panel discussion to call students to action, that the Constitution is meant only to be a framework.
It's really about a set of ideas and principles that you live these principles in present-day realities, and every generation is commanded to analyze that for themselves and to make their contribution.
Underwood, along with former Senator Robert Klitsky and attorney Ignacio Agui, took the bench for the conversatorio, a panel discussion held at the District Court of Guam for ongoing Law Week events. The panel discussion was also live-streamed. To view in its entirety, visit our website. The United Nations Special Committee on Decolonization will soon hear firsthand about the impact of a recent federal court ruling striking down Guam's self-determination plebiscite. A local representative will present an update at the group's annual meeting, Nestor Lecanto reports.
Guam Commission on Decolonization Director Amanda Bloss will deliver a speech on behalf of Governor Calvo. She will provide details of the district court ruling in favor of plaintiff Dave Davis that held that a native inhabitants-only vote is discriminatory and a violation of the 14th Amendment. But Bloss says she will also let the committee know that Guam is filing an appeal. And in the meantime, an education campaign also continues.
There have been a lot of forums from GCC and UOG, and I do commend them as well for continuing to put this issue on the forefront of Guam. This is a big issue, and while this district court ruling may hinder the plebiscite, it does not discourage us in education efforts.
Guam is one of 17 on the UN's list of non-self-governing territories. The special committee formed to promote self-determination efforts was established in 1960. While skeptics may question how effective it has been through the years, Bloss defends Guam's participation in the annual meeting.
This is definitely an opportunity to tell the rest of the world our story, and any opportunity for us to share our story and our fight in self-determination is a great opportunity for us, and this is one way that we can definitely let our voices be heard.
Bloss says Guam's statement will also outline the burden of unfunded federal mandates and Washington's recent opposition to the Chamorro Land Trust Act. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Just the week before, the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority received a Guam OPA audit noting multiple deficiencies. HUD officials were on island conducting a compliance review of the agency. It was in the first week of May. GURA Executive Director Mike Dueñas says federal officials were here looking at the agency's files and policies as well as identifying areas of weakness.
Overall, the programs, the Section 8 and public housing programs are sound. We just need to tighten up in terms of the documentation, and we need to update some of our policies and procedures which have not been adjusted for over 5 years.
Dueñas says GURA is already working to correct numerous issues noted by HUD, and in the OPA audit, GURA will respond to the HUD compliance review once they get the results later this month. Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we'll rehash some of the big stories of the past week, and still to come, the Guam Crime Stoppers report.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Have you gotten paid yet? That's the premium automatic insurance deduction plan from Calvo's Insurance. Paid simplifies your home and auto insurance. No down payment. No more long lines. And you can stretch your payments up to 12 months. Paid is convenient. It deducts from your payroll, your checking account, or your credit card. With Paid, you get up to 65% off your car insurance and enjoy lifestyle club discounts. Life can be easier when you get paid.
Call Calvo's Insurance today and save on your home and auto insurance.
Reason to celebrate at IT&E. Pick up the new Samsung Galaxy S8 and get double data.
If you get nervous about having dental treatment, you're not alone. An estimated 35 million adults experience anxiety or nervousness at the simple thought of visiting the dentist. As your dentist, I strive to make your visit as painless or pain-free as possible. And I frequently tell my patients that in the 21st century, if we can give you medicines to put your tooth asleep or medicines to take an infection or toothache away, we can surely give you something to help relax you and take all fear away. No one ought to sit in a dental chair thinking of bad childhood memories or fearing injections. If you're a dental coward, but you really do want your teeth fixed, don't wait until the pain is killing you. Come in, tell us your fears, and set up an appointment. We have convinced many that dental treatment doesn't need to be scary anymore. For your helpful dental minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. You shall never know all the good a simple smile can do.
There's no place on Guam like Chuck E. Cheese's. It's tons of fun with so many games, and parties are a blast, where everyone has fun. Come and party at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam. Call and book your party today.
Hello, and welcome back to Weekend Edition. This is Rehash, where we recap the big stories of the past week, and it's a weekly question. Nick, answer it for us.
When are we going to get the tax refunds? Well, it all depends on when you filed, and the governor's office, of course, still going about that weekly process of getting those out there. I think it was February 5th was the last we heard.
First week of February, sometime.
First week of February. If you filed by then, you should slowly be getting your checks in the mail. But the story this week was that special session. Senators spending 2 days in the Committee of the Whole with the governor's fiscal team to try and debate over his bill 11-S that would have sped up the process to get tax refunds. So if that passed, the governor's office said that you would have gotten your tax refunds much like they do it in the states. You file, and then weeks later, you have your tax refunds. However, it was defeated. They did not get enough votes. They only voted 7 senators for it. They needed 8 votes, and so it's dead. But the governor's office saying that they're working to resurrect it.
Okay, and Issa, you did a friendship story?
Yes, all right. So it was a big exercise kicking off in Guam for the first time in recent history. Jeanne d'Arc 2017 was actually led by the French Navy, but it got off to a rough start. A landing craft actually ran aground at Reserve Craft Beach, or near Reserve Craft Beach in PD. So they told us we went down there to actually view a landing exercise, but couldn't view it. The whole exercise is on hold until they complete this investigation into what happened. There were no injuries, but they're still trying to assess if there was any damage to the environment, the coral. There was no petroleum that entered the ocean, but that's still under investigation. And like I said, the entire exercise is on hold for now.
And Brittany always has some fun things to share with us. What were you doing this week?
Okay, so for this week, Guam All Around, like every week, we have a 360 video for you guys. And I was thinking it's been a while since I've been to the southern part of the island. So this week it's going to be in Arahan Pool.
Yay.
It's beautiful, so we'll have the 360 video, and also there's a Tiny Planet version.
Very, very cool. You can check all of that on our social media. And as for myself, I spent some time in federal court in what was Guam's first federal spice case. We haven't heard a lot about spice in a while, and spice is it's a synthetic drug. It's comparable to marijuana. It's man-made again. It's related to marijuana because of THC, and that's the mind-altering ingredient in marijuana. And so this store owner, his name is Max Myung-an, he previously pled out for owning spice at his store, and he actually got warnings from the feds before they actually charged him, but he didn't take those warnings seriously. So he was sentenced in federal court this week to 5 years probation. That's pretty lenient considering he won't be spending any jail time. That first year of probation will be home detention. Again, we haven't heard about spice much because federal authorities have made really good efforts to tell people, to tell store owners, this thing is illegal. Yeah. And so Max On went in court this week and he was basically saying, I didn't know it was illegal, I didn't know it was going to be this much trouble, and then suddenly it became illegal. And so again, there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknowns about this drug, and even the federal court admitted they didn't have any sentencing guidelines for spice.
Right, a lot of loopholes. We've seen a lot with these stores operating and selling it.
And so it was sentenced to the most comparable drug, which was marijuana. Again, he got leniency, but this should be a warning to all store owners, to anyone, that spice is illegal. Again, THC makes it illegal. And that's a Schedule I controlled substance. If you have any news stories for any of us here at the news team, you can email us at reporters@kuam.com.
Drive and discover at Guam's best dealership, Cars Plus in Mighty. With Guam's best warranty, there's no better time to drive a Hyundai Accent starting at $11,995, or the Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. It's not just newer, it's better. SUV lovers, check out the Hyundai Tucson, J.D. Power's top-ranked small SUV, starting at $19,995, or save $4,500 and see the advantages that put the Hyundai Santa Fe at the head of its class. Get to Cars Plus today to drive and discover the quality and value that is Hyundai. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Mauna Kea Athletic Club and Manhoban Swim Club present Guam Cocos Crossing 2017 on Sunday, May 28th. Experience the excitement of an ocean swim in the beautiful waters of Cocos Lagoon. Open to swimmers age 9 and up. Choose from 4 options: a 2.5-mile swim, 5 and 10K races, and a Neptune swim with a mask, snorkel, and fins. Register online at www.guamcocoscrossing.com by May 24th. Supported by these fine sponsors. For more information, go to www.guamcocoscrossing.com.
Why is tourism Guam's #1 industry? Tourism benefits our economy. Visitors come to our shores to experience our island. More tourist spending means more dollars flowing into our economy. Tourism creates jobs. From bell service to front desk to tour agents, more jobs mean more opportunities. Tourism builds businesses. From hotels to shops to restaurants. More businesses mean more dreams come true. Tourism preserves our culture. In the visitor industry, culture takes center stage. Celebrating our culture means keeping our traditions alive. Tourism keeps our land and waters clean. It all adds up. Tourism improves our quality of life. It helps make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Tourism works for Guam.
From the moment you see it, it commands your respect. You can feel its immense power. The only way to master it is to venture inside. Go ahead, dive in. The GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Step up to GMC and get nearly $9,500 total value on select specially equipped 2017 Sierra Crew Cab SLT vehicles in stock.
On Tuesday, May 2nd, officers from the Tumon Tumuni Precinct Command entertained a theft of property complaint that occurred at Hathorne Pacific in Harmon Industrial Park. Now, according to the police report, the service manager arrived for work at about 5:45 in the morning when he noted the gates to the company's equipment parking lot was wide open. When employees arrived later that morning, it was discovered that an Ingersoll ran 40-gallon gas-powered air compressor and a Husky tool bag were missing from one of the service vehicles, to include discovery of damages to a crane and a second air compressor. A check was then made to the security surveillance video, where it was noted that around 3 in the morning, a white regular-sized Toyota Tacoma was seen parked by the entrance to the equipment parking lot. Video footage revealed that an unknown male wearing light-colored long-sleeve shirt and shorts had opened the gate and drove the truck into the parking lot. Footage also revealed that a second unknown male wearing a dark-colored hooded sweater and dark shorts had exited the truck's passenger side to open the gate, with the Toyota Tacoma seen driving off onto Harmon Industrial Park. And the Guam Crime Stoppers need your help in reference to this case. If you have any information about this crime or any other crime, please call Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP. That's 477-4357. You can also send a text to 486-HELP. That's 486-4357. You can also submit information of a crime through our webpage at guam.crimestoppersweb.com or call the Guam Police Department at 475-8615, 6 or 7. Guam Crime Stoppers wants to remind the public that we do not use caller ID and you do not have to leave your name. You can receive a cash reward of up to $1,000 if the information provided leads to the arrest and conviction for the person or persons responsible for this crime or any other crime.
Take on any road with intuitive all-wheel drive, the Nissan Murano, Rogue, and Pathfinder.
Find your reason to celebrate at IT&E. Pick up the new Samsung Galaxy S8 and get double data.
Drive and discover at Guam's best dealership, Cars Plus in Mighty. With Guam's best warranty, there's no better time to drive a Hyundai Accent starting at $11,995 or the Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. It's not just newer, it's better. SUV lovers, check out the Hyundai Tucson, J.D. Power's top-ranked small SUV starting at $19,995 or save $4,500 and see the advantages that put the Hyundai Santa Fe at the head of its class. Get to Cars Plus today to drive and discover the quality and value that is Hyundai. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Meet Hoist Gracie. 7th degree black belt, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, mixed martial artist legend, and all-around tough guy. Some things in life just aren't as tough as Hoist. For Hoist, only things built for the big boys will do.
Yes, hi. I'm looking for a big boy truck. I'm ready for one.
Most things in life aren't quite built tough enough. Except for this. America's best-selling truck for 40 years straight. When you're ready for a big boy truck, Triple J Ford is the place.
You need to get a big boy truck.
And before we close out the news tonight, here's our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Happy birthday, Yvette McDonald. I wish her many, many happy returns of the day, long life, and prosperity. I miss her and love her so much. From Sam in Japan. Happy birthday, Paul Gogui. We love you. From your family, happy birthday, Ricardo Conception Sablon, also known as the Conga Man, coming from the whole family. Happy birthday, Bonifacio Cordero. Happy birthday, Papa Ning. Love the entire family. Remember, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo, your name, and birth date. That's all the time we have from all of us here at Guam's News Network. Thanks for watching and have a safe weekend. We close with some of the pics that we were shared using the hashtag MyGuamMom. Happy Mother's Day to all your moms out there, especially to my mom and my grandma. I love you.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.